Hello, family. Happy Saturday, y'all. Listen, thank you so much for joining me. I wanted to come on and just have a few minutes with you. If you ever have thought about a podcast, listen, I've had my podcast, Manifestation Time, 2 months now. It's been so amazing. I'm so glad I finally acted on the thought of doing a podcast and taking that next step, doing my podcast. It's just really been amazing. I'm so excited. And so I want to help you as well because you do have something to say and the world needs to hear you say it. Everyone has a story, okay? There's over 8 billion people or so in the world. And let me tell you something. People need to hear from you, okay? And only you can say what you've been through or whatever you speak on. Only you can say it the way you say it. You don't have to be anyone else. You can show up authentically yourself. You're unique, okay? You can do yourself better than you can do anyone else, okay? So the world needs to hear you. If you have a story, anything you've been through, and how you've overcome a challenge to whatever the degree the challenge was, it doesn't matter. Okay, it's your experience that you're going to share with the world. All right, and when you do that, people connect with you. When you share your story and what you did, how you overcame, listen here, people are like, oh, if he can do it or if she can do it, I can do it. Or if that worked for them, perhaps it'll work for me too. Okay? And so I want to definitely encourage you to sign up for a consultation with me so that we can get the name of your podcast and the titles of several episodes that you can speak on. Now, if you think that this is something that I was just totally comfortable with, no, not at all. You could not be further from the truth because I am very uncomfortable. Now, the fact that it's through a podcast, right, it makes it somewhat easier. For me, it's more comfortable than if I were on an actual stage somewhere speaking. Because, I mean, even just doing a live is very challenging for me. Every time I come on a live, I don't know, I forget everything. Whatever I want to say, I can't think of anything. It's very uncomfortable for me. And so I decided to do it in spite of whatever I'm going through. Okay? So it doesn't matter. It's just going to make me better. It's going to make you better. And just do a podcast. The world needs your voice. Say it with your podcast. And guess what? It's a way that can help you to earn additional income. Your podcast will become monetized. And your podcast will be here even when you're no longer here. There will be people still plugging into your podcast. And it can be some income that pays future generations of yours. So it's something that your future self will thank you for. And let me tell you, I should have done it way before I did, but I'm so happy and grateful now that I do have a podcast, Manifestation Time. And what led me to name my podcast Manifestation Time, because I thought about my modeling career. I manifested my modeling career, and I wanted to be able to help other people throughout the world be able to manifest whatever their dreams and desires are. And so I thought Manifestation Time was the perfect name for a podcast. And looking up manifestation or manifesting on podcast, well, there were many podcasts about manifesting. And I thought, wow, there are already a lot of podcasts out there speaking on the same thing. But I thought, that's not me. That's not my voice. That audience is not connecting with me. And I said, no, Sonia, you're going to do this, and it's going to be your voice, and you're going to take it to the world, and there are going to be people that will connect with you. The way you say it, they're going to connect to your experiences. So I'm so excited about my podcast, Manifestation Time. And I want to thank all of you who have taken time to plug in to Manifestation Time. You can find it on Spotify. I'm forever grateful for each and every one of you. So thank you so very much. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you. So I want to encourage you to definitely do your podcast and schedule with me. You can drop me a message letting me know that you're interested in having your podcast. And what I'm going to do, again, help you come up with the name of your podcast and titles of episodes. I had no idea when I started my podcast that I would end up with episodes, y'all, with subjects that I could speak on. And I have so many things that I can speak on now that I haven't even spoken on yet. But that's what happens when you begin to think and move in a direction, okay? The energy, everything will line up to propel you forward into your greatness. So you're tapping into what already exists inside of you. And if you don't believe that, borrow the belief that I have in you, okay? Until you share that belief in yourself as well. So let's get to it. So the reason you should get a podcast, saying it is going to get you to your bag. Okay. You're going to say it with your podcast. And if you need to have some extra income coming in, your podcast can bring some additional income in for you. So everyone has a story, and so do you. You can take your story to the world, as I said. The world, you can share with the world how you got and overcame whatever it is. You can have advice to share with others. And again, it's kind of like connecting with you to the point they're able to relate and say, wow, me too. And so that's incredible. And the thing about it is that they don't have to have the exact same experience, but just whatever their experience is, you empower them to know that they can overcome whatever it is they're experiencing. So what I'm going to go over are 10 things that are going to benefit you in doing a podcast. There are 10 benefits for you having your own podcast. Number one, you're building authority and credibility in your area of interest, in your niche or industry. Okay. When people hear you on a podcast, when they see that you have a podcast, they automatically, oh my goodness, they see that you're credible. Okay. They want to hear what you have to say. And so that's what your podcast is going to do. You're going to increase your credibility with your podcast. Number two, you're connecting with your target audience. Okay. For instance, if you had a podcast, let's say you're a single mom, right? And you've gone through a breakup. Well, how many single moms have gone through breakups? That's your target audience. All righty. And so again, sharing your story, putting that out there is going to capture attention of other people with that same issue or a similar circumstance. Number three, networking opportunities. Podcasts open up opportunities for you to collaborate with others within your niche or market. And you're going to you can actually collaborate with and interview other experts, influencers, personalities in your industry or niche, expanding your professional network. And the thing about it, when you start collabing with others, then their audience can become your audience as well. So it gives you an opportunity to just expand, and you just have more people plugging in, which is really that's the goal of everyone with the podcast. Number four, improve communication skills. Hosting a podcast will naturally help you develop your public speaking skills. It's also going to help you with your presentation and interview skills as you create and share meaningful content. I had no idea, y'all, when I started my podcast, just presenting it and delivering it and all of that. I didn't know how I was going to do any of this. But here I am. I'm doing it. And it's just so great when you're overcoming however I guess the self-limiting things that we put on ourselves, and when we tell ourselves we can't do something or how challenging something is, and then we step out and we do it. When you make the decision, everything lines up for you. When you decide, you eliminate all the other asides out there, right? And so you just go for it. You just step in and take that first step. That's all it takes is just one step out of your comfort zone, and you're on your way. And you just don't stop stepping. You just keep stepping. You keep stepping. You got to keep stepping. So, number 5. So we had number 1, building authority and credibility. Number 2, connecting with your target audience. Number 3, networking opportunities. Number 4, improved communication skills. Number 5, content repurposing. When you have a podcast, y'all see, I got a lot of work to do on me, right? So when you have a podcast, when you have a podcast, there is content repurposing. Episodes can be easily repurposed into other formats such as blog posts, social media content, or videos, providing additional value and reach for your brand. So you get to repurpose the information. It's cost-effective marketing. Number 6, podcasting is cost-effective marketing. With minimal startup cost and equipment, podcasting can be a relatively affordable marketing strategy, allowing you to reach a wide global audience without breaking the bank. Before I started my podcast, I thought I was going to have some elaborate microphone. I thought I needed headset. I didn't know. I thought I was going to need this special space outfitted for me to do a podcast. Y'all, I could not have been further from the truth of what it actually takes. Are you ready for this? All you need is an internet connection, number 1, and your cell phone. You probably already have both. So guess what? Let's get to it. Let's go. Right? You're ready. All you need to do is sign up for my consultation. The consultation, so we can get the name of your podcast and names of episodes. Okay? That's the part 1 of the consultation. So 7 is passive consumption. Unlike video or written content, podcasts allow listeners to multitask. They can listen to your podcast while they're driving. They can listen to your podcast while they're cleaning the house or washing dishes. They may be gardening and digging in dirt. They can listen, and it's not taking them away from what they're doing. So they're plugged in, and they're not having to stop what they're doing. And so again, it allows you to have listeners that can plug into you without it being disruptive to whatever they have going on. Number 8, building a loyal following. Regularly publishing valuable, engaging content can lead to building a dedicated community of listeners who enjoy you and who are eager and listening and looking forward to the next episode. And so I'm telling you, when you build a loyal following, you're going to have some raving fans before long, right? And so that's a huge upside to you having a podcast. Number 9, this is a big one. This is huge. This is the ching, ching, bling, bling, getting to the bag. So you can monetize your podcast. As a matter of fact, monetization opportunities. As your podcast grows in popularity, you can explore various ways to monetize it, such as sponsorships, advertisements, affiliate marketing, or even selling goods and services. If you have products and services, y'all, people who have a podcast, and they have products and services, guess who their biggest customers are? Their listeners. Okay? Because when they share what they are, the products and services that they have with their listeners, those listeners purchase. And so again, I tell you, it doubles for so much. You know, you got a podcast, but then you can just have so much more. And number 10, continuous learning and personal growth. I think that's huge. So through your podcast, it's going to help you to grow as a person. And, you know, you're always becoming. Okay, we're always learning and growing, and that's what your podcast is going to allow you to do. As I told you, I had no idea when I started this. You know, I didn't know. I have so much material that I can now speak on. But once you get in that whole vibe, that vibration, okay, the energy is already there, right? There, I mean, everything lines up. Everything lines up, okay? And so if you've been thinking or considering doing something, you need extra income, the podcast is the perfect. I think it could be perfect for you. You don't have to have any skill, any special skills or anything. You're just showing up authentically yourself. Authentically yourself. You don't have to pretend to be anyone. You don't have to pretend anything. You're just showing up who you are, speaking and saying it the way you do it. Okay? And through that, people like the authenticity. You're genuinely you. You're yourself. So show up that way, and you can monetize on you being you. So those are the 10 benefits of having your podcast. And what I would like to do is to consult with you one-on-one and helping you to come up with the title and the name of your podcast, and then the titles of various episodes. That's what we're going to do in the first consultation. That consultation is $55.55. I wanted to keep it something that was reasonable. Okay, and 5 is very significant. It has a spiritual and symbolic significance to it. 5 is symbolic for freedom. How many of you can use some freedom, whether it's you want to be free from your 9 to 5? Right now you have a dream funder, right? Your dream funder, and be thankful for your dream funder, okay? But you can go from your dream funder to something else that can eventually replace your dream funder, okay? And so if you're looking at retirement soon, start a podcast, okay? Start a podcast. The other thing is that, you know, you might be needing freedom from a toxic relationship. Start a podcast, okay? So if you need some freedom in some form in your life, that's the significance of the number 5. You need to sign up and schedule a one-on-one with me, a one-on-one consultation to get your podcast underway. And so it is $55.55. Drop me a message and let me know that you would like to schedule a consultation. And I do accept Cash App. So we'll take care of that. Drop me a message. I'm so looking forward to working with you, assisting you, and consulting with you about your podcast. You saying it the way you say it with your podcast in your own voice. And the world needs to hear from you. You definitely have something to say, and you're going to say it. So drop me a message. This has just been amazing, awesome. I really thank you, and I appreciate you sharing this time with me. If you're getting this on a replay, go ahead and drop me a message. Thank you so much. Tune in to Manifestation Time Podcast on Spotify. That is my podcast. It's been amazing. It's been 2 months now since I've had my podcast, and I had no idea that it would monetize as soon as it did. But it's paid me like $1,000, approximately around $1,000 in 2 months' time. And one of my affirmations that I do every day is money flows to me in increasing quantities. I'm so happy and grateful now that money flows to me in increasing quantities through multiple sources on a continuous basis. So I wasn't that surprised because I'm expecting money to show up in expected and unexpected places. And so definitely I wish the same for you. I believe in you. You're amazing. I look forward to consulting with you. Again, drop me a message. Take care. Stay safe. God bless. Love you. Bye.